All right, let's get right into it. We spend years and years in school learning all sorts of things. But what about the basic rules of money? Today, we're going to break down the financial framework they never taught you, the one that can actually help you escape the real rat race for good. Okay, I want you to look at this number $300 million. That is an insane amount of money. It's how much the legendary heavyweight champion Mike Tyson earned during his boxing career. Just a staggering fortune.
And yet, in 2003, this was the number next to his name when he filed for bankruptcy. Negative $30 million. He didn't just lose it all, he ended up deep in debt. He had earned a fortune and somehow ended up owing an even bigger one.
That story is a huge wake-up call, right? It forces us to ask a really critical question. If earning a massive, massive income doesn't automatically make you financially secure, then what in the world does? Clearly, there's a piece of the puzzle missing here, and that's exactly what we're going to figure out today. To find that missing piece, we have to start at the very beginning by completely changing our mindset about money itself. So this first part is all about understanding what money really is. So here's the big reframe. We've all heard stuff like money is the root of all evil, right? It gives money this heavy moral weight. But a much better way to think about it is that money is just an expression of value. It's a tool. It's a medium of exchange. It's not good. It's not bad. It just gives you options. And that idea brings us to the absolute core concept for today, the production versus consumption equation. This simple idea pretty much governs our entire financial lives. And I promise, once you see it, you can't unsee it. Just think of your financial world as these two giant forces pushing against each other. On one side, you've got production. That's the value you create. It's your job, your business, your skills. It's all the ways money comes in. And on the other side, you've got consumption. That's the value you use up, your lifestyle, the subscriptions, the car, the house. That's how money goes out. The balance between these two, well, it's everything. And if you think this is only a problem for people who don't make a lot of money, get this. 1 out of every 10 Americans earning over $100,000 a year is still living paycheck to paycheck. So why is that? It's because their consumption, their spending, has ballooned to meet their high production. It proves that a big income means almost nothing if your consumption is out of control. And this is where we have to redefine the whole idea of the rat race. It isn't just about having a 9-to-5 job you don't like. The real rat race is a state of financial weakness. It's when your job stops being a choice and becomes an absolute necessity just to keep up with your lifestyle and pay off your debts. That's when you're truly trapped. That famous line from Fight Club just hits the nail on the head here. When our consumption gets out of hand, all of our stuff, our possessions, they start to dictate our choices. They own us. But the good news is, there is a way out. And the escape route begins right here. Step 1 is the most important part of the whole equation. Before you even think about earning more money, you have to get a handle on the money that's going out. You've got to master consumption. Taking back control really just boils down to these 3 steps. First, awareness. You just need to know where your money is actually going. Track it. Second is control. You build a budget so you can tell your money where to go instead of just wondering where it all went. And third, protection. You build an emergency fund. 3 to 6 months of living expenses so that one surprise car repair or medical bill doesn't completely wreck your life. Now, this all sounds pretty simple, right? But it's not easy because our own brains are kind of wired to sabotage us. There's something called the ostrich effect, where we literally avoid looking at our bank statements because we're afraid of the bad news. Then there's hyperbolic discounting, which is just a fancy way of saying we'd rather have a small reward now than a much bigger one later. And of course, social proof. We're wired to try and keep up with what everyone else has. Just knowing these exist is half the battle. Okay, so once you've started to master your consumption, you're living below your means, you've got a safety net, then you can finally turn your focus to the other side of the equation. It's time for step 2, scale production. So what does scaling production even mean? Well, it's about breaking free from just trading your time for a paycheck. It's about finding a way to provide your value or solve a problem for a huge number of people at once. That's how you grow your income exponentially. And the coolest part is, the internet has blown the doors wide open for this. You could go the entrepreneur route, like Ben Francis did when he started the clothing brand Gymshark. You could be a content creator, like Graham Stephan on YouTube, providing value to millions. Or you could develop software, an app, or build a really unique personal brand. It's all about finding that vehicle to deliver your skills to the world. So let's bring it all home. This is your way out. The path to freedom, to escaping the rat race. It isn't some complicated secret formula. It's a really clear two-step framework.
If you only take away one thing from all of this, let it be the order of operations. First things first, you have to master your consumption. That's the foundation. Get that under control, build your safety net, live below your means. Only then, once that foundation is solid, can you really pour your energy into scaling your production and building real, lasting wealth.
And that all leaves us with one final, powerful question to think about. Moving forward, just ask yourself this. Is your financial life all about appearing to have money, or is it about the quiet confidence that comes from actually having it? Because your answer to that question will determine everything.